Hi and welcome to Foodiez TV, the one place on the internet where you can find video reviews from the best restaurants on the planet. There are many guides that try to rank the world's best restaurants, and Michelin is probably the most famous one. When you go to a Michelin restaurant, you expect your food to be more than tasty. It needs to be beautiful as well. Well, 3-Star Stories is our journey about the world's best Michelin restaurants, and also the story of Andy Hayler, the only man in the world who has eaten in all of them. Today we asked him to rank not just the best dishes he's ever had, but the most beautifully presented dishes too. Food that looks so amazing that you don't even want to eat it. You want to frame it and hang it on the wall. Here is his list.
So, for this dish we're going to go to Paris, to Le Cinq, where Christian Lasquare is the 3 Michelin star chef. And we're going to start with spaghetti. Simple dish, right? We're all familiar with spaghetti. Well, this one's a little bit different. As you can see, the spaghetti strands are actually carefully arranged into a lattice. That essentially a little box which contains within inside the lattice a mixture of ham hock, morel mushrooms, a creamy sauce and black truffle. So you have the earthiness of the morels and truffle combined with the richness of the ham and the creamy sauce, and then that's balanced by the texture of the spaghetti strands once you cut through it. So it's an extraordinarily beautiful dish, but one that tastes every bit as good as it looks. We're going to venture north for this next dish to Copenhagen, to a restaurant called Geranium, where Rasmus Koffed is the 3 Michelin star chef. And at that menu you get a very extensive set of dishes, very modern Scandinavian food. This is an example of that. It's a beetroot sphere with freeze-dried rhubarb and yoghurt and thyme flowers. I'm not normally a huge fan of sort of semi-savoury desserts, but beetroot actually does work quite well, and with the rhubarb bringing its acidity, there's just enough balance to the dish to make it work as a flavour combination, and it's certainly a spectacularly beautiful dish. So for this dish we're going to travel to Japan, to Kyoto specifically, the old capital before Tokyo, and to a restaurant called Mizai, 3 Michelin stars ever since the guide came out. And it's a tiny restaurant, 6 seats, but as you can see from this dish, the extraordinary lengths to which presentation goes to is pretty remarkable. So this dish was actually a kind of a set of little main courses together, all sorts of stuff as you can see on the plate, but included raw beef, included an extraordinarily good sardine with a really rich sauce, included beautiful octopus and a whole series of other elements. But this is a great example of how Japanese cuisine really elevates the art of food presentation. For this dish we're going to travel to France, to Lyon, or just a little bit outside Lyon, to a restaurant called La Rotonde. Now the dish I want to highlight here is a dish called pâté en croûte, and when you're served this you just get a slice of it. Essentially it's a rich liver parfait wrapped up in pastry. So it's a very classical dish of the area, but it's taken to a whole new level here by the chef, and as you can see from the dish it's extremely beautiful. He's actually the world champion pâté en croûte chef, if there is such a thing, and it's a competition held annually in France, and you can see why he is the world champion. For this dish we travel north to Hokkaido in northern Japan, to Lake Toya, where Michel Bras' sister restaurant executes perhaps its most famous dish. This is a kind of a salad, but a really sophisticated one, where there are 40 to 50 different elements, different flours, different herbs, different vegetables. Some are cooked, some are raw, some are pickled, and they're all combined to bring together a real symphony of flavours. One of the great dishes of the world, much copied by other chefs.
Our 3-star journey continues. Click on the links below and learn about the most bizarre dishes in the world, the best Michelin dishes of the year, and the best desserts, and many, many others. So don't go away.